So we're going to go back to the top. We're going to go to the top. We're not going to use any apparatus. We're just going to listen to our body. And let me just, you know what we're going to do? We're going to have a little fun today. I'm going to turn to the page, and the first out of the instructions, the first thing that pops into my head, that's going to become our focus. Not pops into our head. The first thing that pops into when I look at the page. So I'm just going to randomly, boom. I like this one. So, hundreds, right? First thing that I saw when I turned to the page, never, never, never exceed 100 repetitions. So today we're going to count every single one. You do 200? No, we're going to do 100, just 100. Because I don't think he ever wants you to get exhausted. It's fantastic. I think it comes down to the mindset too. If you can't feel it by the time you hit 100, what are you doing? But you know me, I've always got my retort. Why did it take 200 to get there? It should only take one. It should only take one to be there. So, let's lie down, reach everything out. I apologize for all this work that's going on in the front. Rise in one motion, lifting the head, chest, arms, and you're there. Good. Inhale. 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 10. And good. So it finally dawned on me, and again, I mean, if you feel as though you have to teach to 200 because that's what makes it feel like you're getting there, I completely respect that. I think a lot of the times they move so quickly through something that the reality is the amount of time that it took them to hit 200 is probably what they should take to hit 100 anyway. You know what I mean? Maybe they're just going too fast. So what I would cue to that, if anything, slow that breath down even more. Get that exhale to be just a second longer. Ready to move on? Okay. Toes pointed upward. So again, roll up. I'm just looking at a page. The first thing that pops out at me, that's the cue that we're focusing on. Okay, now I want you to pull the toes, and I want you to keep them pointing upward the whole time as you go past. The whole time, and stopping there. So there's a little bit of a breath gap there. Just make sure that after you lie down, you take that quick moment just to get the breath back in the lungs, and now push them right back up. All right, good stuff. The rollover, first thing. Oh boy, I like it. The first thing that I saw, until the spine touches the mat or floor. So, what does that mean? That part that's in front of it. Both legs must be tensed, straight, spread apart as far as possible until the entire spine has touched the ground. So, we're going to inhale, exhale, bring them up. Now, I want those legs tensed and straight. Each vertebra at a time. Look at that extra roll, extra roll, extra roll. And then I do not even want you thinking about lowering the legs until the spine has touched the floor. And now the legs are glued together, and the legs are together until they touch the floor. And then we'll do a vice versa. Legs up. Exhale, bring the legs over. Separate the legs the width of your shoulders. Lock them. Lock those legs. And now roll down, keeping those legs locked. Don't let the tail touch until every bone before it has. Don't let the lower back lift until the legs. Good. Now, there was a slight bending of the knee as you brought those legs completely over. So let's come back down. Let's just do that one more time. And now really lock those legs like they're casted. Inhale the legs up. Straight, straight, straight. Tense, tense, tense. Straight, straight, straight. Tense. There you go. Now open the legs locked. Rolling back down. Take a quick break there. Take a quick look at me. I just want to show you what's happening here. Now, I don't want the hip flexor to take the work. I think what's happening is your initial up, so your legs are apart on this one. Your initial up, you're getting this slight little jump. You see this little jump? So this jump of bending the knee and flexing at the hip, I want you to flatten up, pull here, floating my legs this way, versus me floating my legs this way. That's already setting you up for failure down the road. So pull this in tighter, lock those legs tense, right there. Then lift. Okay? There should be immediate stomach engagement even when you're completely straight. Very nice. Good. Now it's really interesting. I noticed here, and again, I read this so many times, but I have to read it even more. So I guess technically when the legs lower, you're not actually letting them touch the ground. You're keeping the legs about 2 inches above the mat or floor at its lowest after that very first position. Interesting, 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 interesting. Moving on. What's the first one that's going to jump out at me? Begin inhaling slowly at the start of the upward. So this is your exhale. Immediately and slowly start to inhale as you're raising that leg. Single leg circle. Exhale. Immediately and at the beginning, inhale, raising the leg. The breath was lagged on that one. So the minute the hip is down on that ground. So we're taking, in other words, you're rushing your exhale when I need you to slow that down, and your inhale is lagging. So we're exhale, 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 exhale. Hip down, inhale. Exhale, 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 exhale. Hip down. There you go. Oh, wow, yes. The first thing that pops out at me. Press the thighs to the chest. Rolling back. So press the thighs to the chest, right there. Press the thighs to the chest. I agree. You should see my funny hair today because I just came out of the helmet. I mean, if this isn't crazy. If that's not crazy Joe, I don't know who is. I feel like I'm ready to just like stand like, welcome. Not even welcome, he wouldn't say that, just pointing. See, I told you, a little bit of that. Let's go. Press the thighs into the stomach, into the chest. Thighs into chest, real tight. This feels good. This feels really good. Woo, love that. Pull them in, press them in. More. Yes, now go. What do you think? Yeah. I just feel like it really opens up your back quite amazingly. All right. This one is the chin touches chest. Chin touches chest. Single straight line on the chest. You can still hear me breathe. Pull, 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 pull. Stretch. Keep that chin on the chest. And let's go. Do 5 on each side. Chin much touch chest. You must see your toes. He actually puts that in there. Cautions. Were you able to see your toes the whole time? Ooh, I like this one. Palms inward, right? Squeeze, palms inward. Palms inward. Do 6. And then hug. Palms inward. And rest. I kind of like that. That just brings that innerness. Ooh, okay. Palms flat on the mat or floor. Palms flat. Exhale. Palms flat. Palms flat. Palms flat. All the way. It's your number one goal. Palms flat. And one more for 4 total. Perfect. And we hit all 4 of those. Fantastic. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I like this one. Ready for it? And now here's the cue that popped out on that page. Grasp your ankles firmly. Grasp the ankles firmly. So no loosey-goosey hands. Firm. What? Point is, he's grabbing it like this. So it is the front of the shin here, but he wants you to grab that ankle. It's right there. Grasp ankles firmly. Arms and legs rigid, elbows, knees locked. It's amazing. Yeah, see, that's the thing. And it all comes down to that because you know how I always push? It's right in here in cautions. Pressing the arms firmly against the legs. So there's a little bit of that shift, right? The hands move. What's making you feel like that's causing that shift? So it's one of those, chicken and egg type scenarios. Are you shifting your hands because you're not rounding your spine, or you're not rounding your spine because you're shifting your hands? I don't know. But if we round the spine more, draw the abs in firmly, that's another huge one. Lock it, lock it, lock it. Pull, 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 pull. Now I'm actually pushing the hands into the shins, grasping the ankles firmly. I want you to try at least 3. I know I'm not getting all the way up, but I don't care just yet because I'm talking as I do this. I want you to lock those hands in place. Whatever it takes. I'll allow the elbows to bend today as like a slight sheet, but I want those hands not to move. Come on, like you're holding on to $1 million bill. There you go. 2 more. Yes, 1 more. Love it, much better. Let's just lock it. Lock those hands. Because it's what happens is you were locking your elbows and you were sliding. I would rather have the awareness again, because I'm just saying I'm choosing a cue that pops out to me right there. And then if this happens, well, this we're going to get rid of. But now we already have an anchor point. Once we have an anchor point, then we can straighten up the line. Moving on to the next one. Which is the one? Which is the one? Ooh, body is partially lowered on the right side to mat or floor. Ooh, that hurts. What does that mean, Joe? Body is inhale. Make it complete right. Partially. Yeah, so I'm wondering, does he want the tail to stay lifted even as you... Oh my God. I think that's what he means. We're going to come up. We're going to partially roll down to that side. We're not going to let the tail drop. And then we're going to reach across. My tail still's up. Oh, that's insane. That's a pain in the butt. I like it. Because he's saying twist the trunk. That's the corkscrew. Twist the trunk. Woo! Awesome. Yes, killer. I have to admit, this is actually kind of fun because you're playing that Spotify. I've got this book open in front of me and I kind of feel like Mr. Rogers. It's like the land of make-believe as I'm reading a story to you. Ooh, look at this, the one that just completely popped out at me. Arms, shoulder high, press backward until the shoulder blades lock. This is for your saw. Arms, shoulder height, locked until the pulled back until the shoulder blades lock. And then we're gonna, ooh, I like this, Joe. Don't let those shoulder blades ever unlock now. Keep them locked, locked, locked. Whoa, that's power. I can't twist enough to keep my shoulder blades locked. That's my detriment. So here's what's happening. If I have a very tight spine, always. I mean, I have scoliosis too, no excuse. But the minute I get to this point, if I'm going to get to the outside, me personally at this moment, I feel like I've had to cheat and unlock. So let's today lock them, twist as far as we can, and then truly feel where we can go on that. From the torso, not the shoulder blade. I like it. Exactly. Yep. And now slide. Remember, it is a saw, so we're going to slide 3 times after we've twisted. Shoulder blades locked. Ooh, that's good. I love it. I don't know if you feel like I feel, but I just feel like this part of my back just awoke. I can move my shoulder blades now. That's awesome. Cool. How are we doing so far? I'm having fun. You don't seem like you're having fun. I feel bad. You're like, you know what? Do you remember there was this skit on SNL, the 2 ladies who did the radio show? And I think it was the Alec Baldwin episode that they had a skit for them too. It was the Sweaty Balls. But whoever those 2 actresses were on Saturday Night Live, oh, we're having fun now. Yes. Oh, yeah. That's what your response was. Oh, back locked for the swan. Actually, this makes perfect sense now. If I've already worried about squeezing my shoulder blades and locking them in place, now I'll just lock the rest of my body. Squeezing, lock the body in place. And let's see how far with a locked body we can go. Even if it's 2 inches forward, 2 inches back. Exhale, rock forward slowly. Inhale, rock upwards slowly. 6 times. Even slower, even slower. Good. That was pretty cool. You know what's really funny? So far, I mean, I'm literally looking for the pose cues. And then when I look at the cautions, ironically, the ones that I'm choosing are kind of the ones that are highlighted in the caution. That's so cool. It's channeling. It's channeling. I don't know. Okay, this one is not because I just double checked, but we are going to rest our clenched fists on the mat or floor for the single leg kicks. That's where I want the focus to be. Like we're demanding something. Come on, give it to me now. I know this is a tantrum. Well, you know, Joe looked at the cats, how they move, but I think he also looked at the way that natural children are supposed to move. And this is clearly one of the actions. All right, so rest, clenched fists, and then we're gonna bend and extend. But I want those clenched fists. Let's see how many sets. 6 times, right and left. Clenched fists. Let me feel. Ooh, I'm loving this one. Oh boy. Okay, you know what's really funny? Again, this was the caution, but this is the one that spoke to me. Thrust the chest out and the head thrown back as far as possible at the same time. Double leg kick. Thrust your chest up and your head back as far as possible at the same time. So we're going from this position, thrust, kick, 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 thrust, chest and head. And good, all set, 5 times. This is the one that I had, it was awesome. Where was it? Where was it? Where was it? Shoot. Again, now you have a strap, so we're gonna use it. This is the neck pull. Once again, elbows completely wide with the shoulder blades locked. Use your strap for this. Shoulder blades completely locked. So once we're in position, I don't want the shoulder blades to ever move. Like you're holding the pencil between those shoulder blades. Even here. The whole time. Just 3 times. 4 total. Repeat 3 times, 4 total. You know, you see one of these pictures when he's coming up and he's got that serratus muscle. These muscles over here are really nicely defined. And you know, with the serratus muscles over here, you almost have to believe that his obsession with boxing and his love of that musculature there probably is why he wanted that shoulder blade locked down, because that really just fires into this. It's cool. Cool. Well, who knows? Who knows his mind? Oh, this one, I love it. Cupped hands supporting hips. So that's what we're going to go for today. So this is the scissors. Now, show me like you're holding onto water. You're cupping water. What do your hands do? Okay? So I want to get into that because I think that that's part of the secret, believe it or not. If you can't cup your hands, something is not happening supportively. Hands. I'm going to cup my hands. Oh, there you go. There you go, Joe. Woohoo! So even before you start reaching those legs, reach the hands up a little higher like you're trying to grab your seat, and cup your hands like you're holding on to the back of your pelvis. Yep. Now, squeeze your tush as you reach one leg and feel it fill into the hand. There you go. Loving it. I guess, think about that. That makes sense. Cupping the hand, allowing your contracted glute to fill that gap. Cool stuff. Good stuff. Oh, okay. Here we go. Yeah. Kick yourself. The bicycling. Kick yourself. So the kick, when he's talking about the kick yourself, he's talking about the back kick. Kick your bottom. Look, kick. Woohoo! It all makes sense when you break it down. Kick your bottom. I like this. I like this. Kick your bottom. I like it. How'd that feel? All right. All right, well, here we go again. Thrust the chest upward and outward as far as possible. The bridge. You could lift the hips. And look at this line. I'm not thrusting my chest upward as that cue that I want to get into. Thrust the chest upward. Still tight in the seat. And then your hand should be able to lock here. Thrust your chest even higher. Yep. Go as high with that as you can. And when you're ready, give me 3 lower and lift on each side. 4 times total. 3 repeats. I just want to check in. Are you still having fun? I would like you not to be here, little Missy. I'll get it. Say hello to the little Missy. Say hi, little Missy. This is Ray. Say hi to the camera. I love you too. All right. Yeah, that's Ray. Come on, inside, lady. Let's go inside. Inside. All right, so the spine twist. I love this one. What's going to pop out at me? What's going to pop out at me? Let's go on. Ooh, thank you, Joe. This cue, in pose 4, part D. Twisting the body, turning the head as far as possible. And then these are the words, I love it. With 2, further supreme mental and physical efforts. Strive to better your original attempt. Wow. So mental fortitude on this one. We're going to go far. Okay, we're going to get that twist. And then with 2, supreme mentally physical blah. Whatever he just said. Well, look, we're gonna like, this is as far as we think. And then, together, spine twist, you're right. And then supreme. So there are 3, but they're not just. That's incredible, I love that. And you should be exhaling through that, by the way. But look at those words. Further supreme mental and physical efforts. Wow, that's a hashtag right there. Awesome. Okay, the jackknife. We're almost out of time, so 2 or 3 more minutes. All right, well, this is going to be it. With knees locked, we're going to go right there. Right there. Oh, look at that. And again, the caution. He puts it in there. Knees locked. We're not raising the legs by breaking at the knee, because that's a lot of hip flexion that we don't need lower back. We're instead going to lock those legs. Lock them, lock them, lock them, lock them, lock them. Lock them. Lock them. Lock them. Lock them. And down. And I like that he's opening his palms when he gets to the highest, by the way. So turn your palms up. And now try to press that way as you lift the legs. I kind of like this. Now I'm going to give you one demonstration, and it's really interesting because, I mean, I like to go slowly in a lot of these to find all the nuances and parts of my body that don't have. But this is definitely those one of them where the snappy motion is definitely something he wants you to get into, and he even says the word snappy. Snap it, lock it in place, and then let it come back. Bring it over, and then the detriment is if you're not in control of your powerhouse, you're going to throw out your lower back. But this is definitely one of those ones where I want that awareness to be, I'm going to power that up one of these days with complete control. High as possible. Jackknife it up. All right, we got time for one more, you think? Okay, so we'll go right along the line. Oh, we got to end on push-ups. What am I talking about? Okay, upper arms press firmly to the body. Okay, good stuff. Upper arms, shoulder to elbow, upper arms, press firmly to the body. That's the cue we're focusing on. So rounding down, walking it out. Yes, there's a forward reach. I'm going to hit my fake wall. But I want those upper arms pressed firmly to the body. Okay, give me 3 of those. Get those elbows in a little tighter. One more. And all the way up. Good, and we'll end on those. And let me ask you a question. Can you believe how powerful those were? No, those were the best I've ever seen you do them. Let me explain to you. I understand that we didn't go as far down as we are going to go soon. But I want you to acknowledge your back was flat. And that was flat because you started drawing back in, so I love that. Well done. So remembering that when we pick up, we're going to pick up with the side kick series. And again, we're going to choose one massive cue to focus on. And look at me, I'm putting it back into my leather bound cover. Cool. That was tremendous work. I love it. All right, so we'll kick bum on the next.